Right. Hi, people. Yes, nice to be here. So, city models, digital twins, what are they? Are they only visual wow? Are they only pictures for the mayor? Pretty pictures for the mayor to show all over the world. Yes, this is Helsinki, we have this. No, it's much more. We just figured what we are really doing in Helsinki with 3D models, and we just came out that we are building understanding of different things. What's happening in the city, what has happened in the city, what will be happening in the city, what are the possibilities, how to create carbon neutral Helsinki. Can we help those things with city models? Yes, yes, we can. Yes, and by the way, all the video clips you see are from city models, not from airplane, from city models. Yes. All right, let's go on. Yes, I'm coming from the three-person team from Helsinki Mayor's office, and we have been working just over 4 years with only 3D models. All our team members are here, so later you can ask also more technical questions over them. They know a lot of 3D. Together we have about 65 years experience of 3D, so a lot of 3D we have worked. And so as you know, my colleague Kari Kaisla and me, we have a little more experience than Enni. But by the way, Enni is very talented. So even though she has only 5 years, but the talents compares and compensates that. So what have we learned in 65 years 3D? So we are very realistic over 3D. So it is not a miracle. It's certainly not only virtual fun. It can be a very practical and very good tool for so many purposes. But it takes work, and it's not easy work. You must work hard and understand much things, and then you get maybe brilliant results. So realistic with 3D, it's well, maybe it's good. Well, Helsinki has a long tradition in 3D. It's over 35 years, so it is not something very new. Lots of 3D work. First city model in 3D made in year 2000 by my colleague Kari Kaisla. First 3D simulator. Oh no, it doesn't work. In year 2000, real-time flying in Helsinki. 20 years ago, we made it in the city planning, and so lots of work. But in recent 4 years, we are the first persons working full-time with 3D. And yes, a little bit history. 1985, it was like this, and this was super. It was 2 days and computer calculating this model, and it was super fine. And it was made for architectural competitions and to show what's the new, or how does the new design look like. And yes, you know what's new and what's old from this model. It's easy to see. There's the power. And yes, 2002, we have the first whole city model LOD1. And this is the master plan of that time as a texture on the terrain model. And you see the areas that are not building, the Kalasatama area there, the Jätkäsaari area, Pasila area, there are empty spaces there. Red ones, more buildings, and so. So city is changing very rapidly. In big picture, our work looks like this. So we are collecting raw data, we are ordering laser scanning, oblique images, we have databases, registers, infra models, other data models, and also new geodata. And from those we create or gather together those city models. And we have two production lines. We have the 3D reality mesh model over the whole city, and then we have the intelligent city GML, city information model, which is semantic city model, and it has database. It's the scientific city model. And how we are doing this? We are ordering the works all over Europe in many places, and in our project we are putting all those pieces together. So we don't have one consult who is doing everything. We are doing everything. We are ordering and putting those together. And why are we doing that? Because then we can use open source platforms, databases, schemas, and so and then we somehow manage the whole process, and we can control the whole production, and we save a lot of money there also. So that's why, and we like to do things by ourselves. Yes. Okay. And all our data is open data for everybody. So same service to city servants and to the whole world. Everything is open data. Of course, there's some limits there, which is confidential data, but it's not more. It is not so much. Yes, in big picture like that. Yes, 2 production lines. And why? Why 2 production lines? So reality mesh model looking like this, and semantic scientific model, semantic city GML looking like that. First glance, it's the same thing. But when you look more carefully at these things, let's say about the corner of this building there, you see the tower there, it looks rather natural. It's like a cake. Oh, well, this looks nice. But in semantic city model, not so good. Something mistaken. Also, the texture is somehow not bad. And so, and the round building there, in semantic city model, well, it's like from a oblique image. It's like a photo. But in semantic models, it's somehow divided, and the textures are not so good. And then why CityGML? Because in this case, if you look at those, the reality mesh wins this game. It's 3-0 for reality mesh. So why do you do it? Next picture. All right. And what's behind those images? It's like that. In reality mesh model, you see a lot of polygons there. CityGML people say that reality mesh models are polygon porridge. There are trillions of polygons in the Helsinki city model. But in semantic model, we have divided polygons. We have a geometrical hierarchy, and then the semantic hierarchy exactly the same. So every part of the building knows what part it is, and it has a place in the database. When we can add a lot of attribute data. So you understand that the power in analysis is in the semantic way, in the semantic part of and the semantic production line. So reality mesh looks good, and there's a lot of effort to also add semantics to the polygon porridge, making it some kind of intelligent, more intelligent porridge, but it's only in the first stage, and so it's coming. Artificial intelligence can add there something, but what at this point semantics is very strong, and in these pictures, so it's otherwise. So semantic wins this part, 5-0. So and in Helsinki we think we need both of these. We get benefits from that and from that, and we use what's better for the purpose we want to have the benefits. Okay. Yes, the same thing looking like this. So visual appearance, so visual simulation, visual wow, something is good. It's something we see. But if we want more analysis, more power, so semantics is super strong. And semantic city models are made all over the world now. In Central Europe, in Germany, in Netherlands, in Austria, in Singapore, in Japan, in US, and also so it's open international standard, same kind of models everywhere, and it's a benefit for companies. Of course, you understand why. Open standard. Yeah. So now we have the models there, but somehow we must get more benefits there, real benefits there, and why we do this? Why we put money there? No, it's not cheap. It's not extremely expensive, but of course it costs a lot of money. And yes, getting the benefits there are many levels to get that. And this is from Aalto University. This was the old image, but I like this very much because it explains the thing very well. So combining the virtual worlds and the models, we get intelligent models, and we get the platform there. Combining that platform to the processes, to services, to building processes, so we get lots of benefits there. Lot of benefits there, and that's the first level there. And open innovation, hackathons, open data, opening that platform to everybody to innovate whatever to get the best results, crowdsourcing. So it's a huge benefit there, and it's more than the processes there. And the last level is something to boost the socio-economical ecosystem of the city. So understanding what's happening in the city, what are the forces there, what are the structures there that boost the economical and social things and strengthen the city and make it more livable and making better life for the people. And that's super interesting. And we have now a project with Aalto University to research those things and put those on the semantic model to understand what's happening in the city, also in the socio-economical way. That's super interesting. Okay. Yes, and the use cases of city models, people always ask, and real use cases, tell me something. And so we made this table in our office, and we put there in the use cases in very large scale, like carbon neutral city, smart city, city events, asset management, and so in this vertical row. And in this horizontal row, we have technologies. And in every crossing, we see that there's at least one use case of city models. And in this table, here is over 800 use cases, and this is the start. So, but you understand that, and in every dot, there can be at least 10 or 20 applications there. So there's lots of things to do. So we have lots of companies visiting our office, and they ask us what should they do with city models, and choose one dot there and be best in the world there. And so you have market all over the world with semantic models. You can go, if it works in Helsinki, it works in Singapore, go there and sell it. So it's a huge market there. Yes, what are the red and blue dots there? Well, the blue dots are something that we have touched or worked with in our project. So we know something about those areas, but the reds are unknown. And in the whole world, they are mostly unknown. So there's lots of work to do. So don't worry what to do. There's a lot of things. Okay. Yes, Helsinki wants to be the most functional city in the world. So it's the new Helsinki city strategy. And this was made by our new mayor 2 years ago, Mr. Jan Vapaavuori. And Mr. Jan Vapaavuori was coming to our office. And you know, Helsinki has 40,000 people working. We have 3 people, and mayor is coming to our office. Wow, this is something super interesting. So we took the strategy and underlined every goal there and number there and said to the mayor that all these goals we can support with those city models. You remember the red and blue dots there. And the mayor looked at us. Well, this is something, this is real concrete. And do you need any more resources? Yeah, there are a few things, and so we get it in 2 weeks. So you can do it the same thing in your home city or whatever. So showing something concrete, so you get support. And of course, then you must do those. And then we discussed what's the most important thing in Helsinki. So it's carbon neutral Helsinki 2035. What can we do? Yes, we did Helsinki Energy and Climate Atlas. This is there, works on every device. You can look at it on your smartphone, and it has a lot of energy data over Helsinki, renovation data, building data over the semantic model in the database. So this is a start. So this is building understanding what's the situation now in Helsinki, what is the condition of the buildings, what's the energy consumption. It includes also something rather yes, so much building information and thematic presentations, 20, 30 thematic presentations, and it includes also solar potential over the whole city. So in Helsinki, we have 80,000 buildings and almost 1 million semantic surfaces on those buildings. And every surface, every one of those 1 million has values of solar potential, walls and roofs, walls without windows. And if you click the surface, you know get the solar potential there. If you want to put solar panels, you get exactly the radiation you get. And this was done in cooperation with Technical University of Munich, because they thought we have such a good data and they want to try the new software they have developed, and we are the first city to have this. And also we have energy classes of the buildings, and these are the buildings that Helsinki owns, so we can use this data. So energy data is a little bit sensitive. You can't show everything for small houses and so, but we show what we can. And so also this, how are the buildings heated, what is the heating form there, and so building understanding what's the situation now, what should we do. Yes, you can return to this. And then, all right, city models with game engines. We have very good cooperation with Finnish company called Umbra, and Umbra tells that it's one of the leading companies streaming backgrounds to the computer Unity game engines or computer games. And they are streaming the whole Helsinki reality mesh models to Unity. They have now a new application, so it's getting better and better. I think the new has just come out in 1 week or so, and this is what they do. So you get the background, and you can add only your Unity components there. So this is the Helsinki city model level, and so we are changing to the more accurate. So this is locally scanned and photographed. So this is 3D reality mesh model. And yes, here you see the polygons again. All right, yes, that's Unity streaming. And then, how can you use the Unity streaming? This is one example. So this is made with Unity. City of Helsinki, Finnish company, has made it. And this is the urban lighting design over one square. So the white building is a theater building. It's Unity model there. The background, everything otherwise from Helsinki city model. So doing design like that, it was weeks before. So maybe 3 weeks you model the environment, and now it's days, 1 or 2 days you can do this. So it's very simple, very fast. You get better results faster. Okay. Yes, all our data is open data. You go to our website, you get links there to download the data or watch the city models in different formats, watch the energy atlas, and read more about. It's open data, but it's licensed, and the license is like it's Creative Commons 3.0. So if you use this, you can use it for commercial purposes, whatever. But when you use the data, you must mention that it's from Helsinki city. So the original data is from City of Helsinki. That's why, because people people should know that you can also get the data from there, so that you're selling something, you're not selling something that you are created by your own. So so the source for the data is from City of Helsinki. All right, yeah. And yes, and then Digital Twins of Kalastama, we have just released this report in Finnish and English. It's a huge effort for us, and it tells about the Kalastama area and more accurate city models over Helsinki. And it's kind of horizontal report. It tells about how to create, how to collect the data, how to create the models to productionalize reality-based city GML, how to use them, with the smart city projects, and do something simulations and so. I highly recommend, if you are interested of city models, to read this, because it's one of the few reports over smart cities and city models in the whole world at this point. And it has been extremely popular. You can download and read it from our website. And one thing what we made there was a wind simulations over the Kalasatama area. And this was also super interesting for us. We get this beta software from German car industry, and this was originally made for designing Audi cars in Germany. But they gave it to us and they changed it for city planning, and they wanted that we tested it because we have such a good data, and the results are super fine. There are software that do this, but we don't know any software that does it better like this. And still, the common way to analyze the winds is make a physical 3D model, as they made from Pasila, and then they traveled to Canada in a wind tunnel and sometimes put some sugar in the wind and look how does it go there. You can do the same thing with computer. You know, this is digital twin. This is how you can design also microclimate. You can design the wind. You can understand how is the wind going between the buildings and the towers of Kalasatama. Yeah. So it's not just to show it's like this, so you can design also the wind, and yes. And for the yes, this for the end, this yes, this is virtual fun. This is Helsinki city model, and we put 10 meters water over Helsinki. So what this was made for school children, but it has been extremely popular, I think, everywhere. So 10 meters water there, and showing what could happen and what can we do to prevent to happen this, and explaining to the children and people what we can do. We showed this also to our mayor, and Mr. Jan Vapaavuori was looking at this. And, well, guys and girls, and yeah, I think Helsinki is such a pretty city, and with water, I think it's even more prettier than Venice in Italy. Yes, thank you.